The next topic is the format of research reports. First one is title page. Second one, acknowledgements. Third one, table of contents. Fourth one, introduction. Fifth one, research methodology. Sixth one, results or findings. Seventh one, discussion. Eighth one, conclusions and recommendations. And ninth one, the appendix and references. So we will discuss one by one in detail. First one is title page. Title page of the research reports. The major function of the title page is that of research report identification. To identify the research report, title page should be properly designed. The title page should indicate the subject of the report. For whom, by whom, and under whose guidance the report is prepared. Second one is acknowledgements. The researcher might want to acknowledge the help of various people like the supervisor for his or her advice and the people who have read the drafts and provided useful feedbacks, etc. So here the acknowledgements of the researcher should be given. Table of contents. A table of contents outlines how the study report is organized. It divides the whole report into several parts, sections, chapters, etc., which facilitate in locating different components of the report. It must be followed by first one, list of tables given in the report. Second one, list of graphs, charts, figures, etc. And third one, list of cases or exhibits. Then introduction. It serves to present the background of the research study and particularly highlights the major issues that are examined in the particular research work. And generally, it is given as the first chapter in the body of the reports. Introduction chapter is given as the first chapter in the body of the reports. And introduction may consist of some aspects. First one is the researcher has to explain what he is writing about and why it is important. That means significance and justification of the topic. Why he selected this particular topic as his research topic. Second one, indicate in general terms the theoretical approach he will be using and why. That means the theoretical background of the problem that he is studying. And third, at this point, he should outline the research questions. What is the research question that he has studied? That is a statement of the problem should be clearly mentioned in this particular uh, point. Then review of literature. Here, a review of the main ideas and the researches relating to one's area of interest will be given. The review should be used as a means of showing why the research questions are important. So, previous studies conducted in this particular area must be reviewed by the researcher. A brief summary of the reviews must be given. in a systematic manner. The reviews should be used as a means of showing why the research questions are important. Next, objectives of the study. An explicit statement of the research objectives clarifies the issues covered in the study. The statement of the objectives should be specific and focused. The objectives should be clearly specified and it should be focused, and a specific objectives should be there. Next one is hypothesis. Hypothesis clearly state the hypothesis or hypothesis and specify what the report predicts. If the researcher sets hypothesis, it should be clearly given in this particular section. Definition of special terms and concepts. If the study is using uncommon concepts or unfamiliar tools, they must be specified and defined. Suppose we are using unfamiliar concepts or unfamiliar tools for analysis, such tools and concepts must be specified and defined. Scope of the study. The scope should include geographical scope, that means the area covered, whether India as a whole or a particular state only or a particular district only. Geographical scope, content scope. So which topic that you are going to study, content wise content scope must be specified. Chronological scope, that means the time period. If we are conducting 1 year study, starting period and ending period. Then period of the study, that means reference period, the period during which we will collect the data. Next one is a very brief description of how data has been collected and analyzed. A brief description of how data has been collected and how the data has been analyzed. Next one, limitations of the study. So sometimes some the limitations may be there. So which are the limitations faced by the researcher at the time of conducting the research? And next one, an overview of the reports. That is a chapter plan. How is a researcher going to present the results of the study? How many chapters are there? What is the chapter scheme? And this is known as chapterization. Next one is research methodology. It states how the research study is undertaken. This includes a detailed specification of research design, sources of data, method of primary data collection, the sampling decisions, analysis procedures adopted, etc. So in the research methodology session, we should specify the research design used by the researcher for studying this particular problem. Sources of data, whether primary source or from secondary source the data has been collected. Method of primary data collection, whether interview schedule method or observation method or questionnaire method. The sampling decisions, which is sampling technique that we have adopted for collecting primary data. Analysis procedures and tools used for analysis, etc. Next one, results and findings. In this chapter, the researcher presents his findings. Discussions. Some researchers find it convenient to show the part of discussion separately from results or findings. Conclusions and recommendations. Based on the research results, a separate paragraph under this heading often added conclusions and recommendations of the researcher. This part shows the researcher's opinion on the issue examined. Sometimes the researchers draw attention to any limitations of their research, and it is often valuable to propose areas of further research that are suggested by one's findings. The areas for further researches. After conducting the study, the researcher can suggest further research areas. Next one is appendix and references. The purpose of an appendix is to provide the supporting documents in the form of technical details, that is, a statistical test used or information schedule like a questionnaire, coding frame, or observation schedule, etc., of which a reader may go through at a later point of time. Report writing stages. The preparation of the report may be viewed the following major stages. First one, understanding the subject matter and its logical analysis. First of all, understand the subject matter and logical analysis must be made. Preparing the final outline of the report. Next stage is preparing the final outline of the reports that we are going to prepare. Prepare a rough draft. Then a rough draft is prepared. Polishing and finalization of the report. After making the corrections and arrangements, we will finalize the reports. Then some more terms to familiarize in this area. Footnotes. A footnote indicates the source of reference or provide an explanation which is not important enough to include in the text. Okay, such items are not included in the text, but it is given as footnote. Generally, source references are incorporated within the text and are supplemented by a bibliographical note at the end of the chapter or book. The explanatory footnotes are put at the bottom of the page and are linked with the text with a foot number. Footnotes helps the readers to check the accuracy of the interpretations of source by going to source if they want to. Bibliography. A bibliography consists of the source of every reference cited in the footnote and any other relevant works that the author has consulted. So in bibliography we can include all references that you have cited and all the books, journals and other websites that we have visited for studying this particular topic. Okay, citation may not be required. We can include all the books that you have referred, all the journals that you have referred, all the sites we have visited for studying our topic. It gives the reader an idea of the literature available on the subject that has influenced or aided the author. The bibliography is placed after the appendix section. Each bibliographical reference must give the following information in order given below. Books. In the case of books, what are the items should be included in the bibliography? Author's name, title, place of publication, publisher, date of publication. In the case of articles, author's name, title of the article, title of the magazine, volume number, serial number of publication in Arabian numerals, and date of issue. Then glossary. A glossary is a short dictionary giving definitions and examples of terms and phrases which are technical, used in a special connotation by the author, unfamiliar to the reader, or foreign to the language in which the book is written. The glossary appears after the bibliography. The items in the glossary are listed in the alphabetical order. All unfamiliar terms, phrases, which are technical terms, and unfamiliar to the reader, such terms and phrases are given in the glossary. The items in the glossary are listed in the alphabetical order. Index. Very often, an index containing the names of important persons mentioned and the important matters discussed in the report is given. Index may be either subject index or author index. Okay. Subject index includes a detailed reference to all important matters discussed in the report, such as places, events, definitions, concepts, etc. And they are presented in alphabetical order. So, subject index includes all details, all detailed reference to all important matters discussed in the report. That includes places, events, definition, concepts, etc. Author index consists of important name of persons discussed in the report, and it should also be arranged in alphabetical order. Final word processing and publishing. Effective reporting requires a word processing or publishing program that enables logical thinking between the results of analysis and their explanations given in the reports. Computers help in getting the task done within the shortest possible time. The powerful tools for layouts, cross referencing, indexing, etc. can save a lot of time and money but also speed up the work. Word processing is preparing the writing for publishing. Then ethics in research. A researcher should be well aware of the ethical issues to be considered when conducting research. The attitude of the researcher and the conditions under which he is working determine the manner in which the issues are resolved. Okay, thank you.